The session is now called to order.
Honorable Gabriel H. Bordado Jr., City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer present. Honorable Ermel Badmoro, City Councilor on Official Business. Honorable Jesse R. Albios present. Honorable Gil G. Rosales present. Honorable Vito Borja on leave. Honorable Hilda Gay Labunal Gomez present. Honorable Melvin Ramon Benape present. Honorable Wilfredo Jude A. Jokno present. Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza present. Honorable Alan Rees Macaraig absent. Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio on leave. Honorable Maria Corazon M. Peñaflor present. Honorable Japson Romeo V. Felix absent. Sir, we have a quorum.
The chair declares the presence of a quorum.
Please all rise for the prayer and the pambansang awit.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen. Dear Lord, as we deliberate in today's session, give us the wisdom to overcome passion.
Give us the wisdom to overcome passion.
Give us that understanding heart to do away with prejudice.
Give us the understanding heart to do away with prejudice.
Give us the foresight to know what the future may devise.
Give us the foresight to know what the future may devise.
Give us the courage and strength to seek the truth and what is good.
Give us the courage and strength to seek truth and what is good.
Give us the facility of language that we may be understood.
Give us the facility of language that we may be understood.
And finally, our Lord, make us worthy public servants of this city.
Make us worthy public servants of this city.
We deeply love and highly honor
We deeply love and highly honor
Naga City, the heart of Bicol.
Naga City, the heart of Bicol.
Amen.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Bayang magilid, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, luya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy, sa langit mong bugaw, may dilag ang tula at awit sa paglaya minamahal. Ang kislap ng wataw at mo'y tag, kay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niyang kailan, mamay di magdidilim, lupa ng araw ng luwal at ipagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya ng may mang-aapi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Hearts of Bicol region, culture and history, you call to mind symbols of the rarest nature. A tree, a river, and a shrine. Sing your songs, we hear your voices. In church, in streets, and marketplace. In campus, fields, there's different always different passions. Shapes our lives and wheels our days. Hearts that we will not be seated, ones of proud and bright and high. Receive the years of promise plenty, in this cathedral town of God. Bless the city, queen of graces, touch this heart anew with love. Pour upon our upturned faces all the magic of your love. Pour upon our upturned faces all the magic of your love.
Before anything else, let me acknowledge the presence of the former Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines and now the City Mayor of Naga City, the heart of Bicol, Attorney Maria Leonor Gerona Robredo. Next item, please.
Next is the reading and approval of the order of business.
City Councilor Attorney Rosales.
Mr. Chairman, may I move to dispense with the reading of the order of business and move for its approval?
Is there any second to the motion of Attorney Rosales?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next is the order of business. A special order of business is the state of the city report.
May we request the Honorable Mayor of the City of Naga, Attorney Lenny Gerona Robredo, to approach the lectern.
With your permission,
By all
Vice
means.
maray na aga po sa Indogabos. Primero sa Gabos, mahagad akong dispensa. English po ang asa ko yung report para din na mag-transcribe ang Sangguniang Panlungsod. Pero si Bicol version po kanimalo was on video within the week. Saro pong warning, gulpi po digdi anday kabali ta hanggang July 1, 2026 lang po ini. The first year in our office. So dawa po si mga nangyari today, day pa siya kabali sa report ta. It has been a year. Time moves fast indeed. When we took our oaths of office, we committed to carrying a vision anchored on our shared aspirations. We began our journey by defining our horizons, laying down an ambitious agenda that was rooted in the promise of our city. In the whirlwind of the past year, we have had to work thrice as hard to reach more of our fellow Nagueños from the center to the farthest corners and barangays. Most of our days in City Hall start fresh from sunrise and end deep into the night. There are still so many things that needed fixing. There are still many needs that we need to fill. Some days were a blur, starting early in the morning and finishing late at night. Every day, our fellow Nagueños brought their concerns before our office, seeking answers to their most pressing needs. Coming into office, we recognize that some have viewed our efforts with cynicism. They said we were too ambitious, that we wanted to do too many things, that we had too many plans, that we would not be able to act on them. There are also those who do not understand why we are insisting on changing the norm. But all that noise is outweighed by something far more important. At every turn, when it feels difficult, I am reminded that the horizons we have defined for ourselves stand on the resounding faith of our fellow Nagueños. Let me be clear on why we are pushing for real, lasting change. Naga is at a crossroads. Rapid urbanization should not come at the cost of our people's quality of life. Development that is hollow is not development at all. We need to be more resilient, not just more modern. When we assumed office, we inherited long-standing challenges, flooding, traffic, and social problems like drugs. These are not new problems, but our response to them must be. The city government has to be more proactive, not reactive, to anticipate challenges before they become crises, not simply manage them after the fact. The people's trust was the force that brought us here. Your trust gave us the opportunity to serve our city, and it is our source of strength every single day. I know that there are those who are hungry for genuine change, those who are yearning for progress, those who, like us, continue to believe in the promise of Ang Maugmang Lugar. We have not let go of that dream. Every finish line we chase, every target we set for 2028 is one more step toward making Ang Maugmang Lugar real. In our first year in office, we needed to face the reality that if we wanted to achieve our dreams for Naga, we first needed to raise ourselves and our systems to much higher standards. These are the changes that are harder to make and will not be felt right away. They require sacrifice. But history has taught us that these are the changes that give the most lasting impact. This is why, at the very start of our administration, we laid out policies that demonstrate our commitment to advance and uphold honesty and integrity in governance. Hours after I took my oath as mayor, I signed Executive Order Number 1, the Zero Tolerance Policy Against Corruption. This is our clear and unequivocal stand. Under our administration, there is no more place in Naga for inflated project costs, bribes, SOPs, and kickbacks. We will no longer tolerate conflict of interests in projects and supplies procured by the city. We also built institutional structures to solidify our commitment. We strengthened our internal audit service, which has been formally designated as the independent monitoring, evaluation, and assurance arm of the city government. We enacted an anti-red tape and corruption mechanism, which now serves as the dedicated body for receiving and processing governance complaints, reviewing audit findings, and ensuring that appropriate legal and administrative action follows when warranted. We also reconstituted our project monitoring committee and expanded its membership. In addition to the Naga City People's Council and the barangays, the different engineering and architecture professional organizations are now represented. This gives them full access to the list and schedule of city projects and gives them a formal role for tracking and reporting on its delivery. Of 65 projects inspected, 15 were flagged for being substandard and defective. As of date, 12 of them were already rectified by their respective contractors, resulting in over 3 million pesos of savings for the city. Change is never easy, and the process to achieve it is long and painstaking. Still, we understand that we need to continually purge our systems of habits and practices that do not align with our highest ideals. It is clear to us that the discipline required for our progress must begin inside the city government. To strengthen our workforce, we pursue the rationalization and right-sizing of our city government bureaucracy with the help of the Development Academy of the Philippines. We did this because for too long, City Hall's organizational structure carried imbalances that held back our effectiveness. Offices were added one by one to meet new programs and immediate needs, but the result was overlapping functions and unnecessary layers of bureaucracy. At the same time, even as our organizational pyramid grew bottom-heavy, we continue to face shortages in technical expertise and gaps in succession planning. Right-sizing is our response to these challenges, ensuring that the city government has the right structure, the right competencies, and the right people appointed to the right roles to deliver services more effectively and strengthen accountability. We do understand that this will take time and will be arduous, but we need to face this difficult work because we owe this to the people that we serve. We are also moving away from the culture of patronage by instituting fair and merit-based hiring and promotion mechanisms. Our recent recruitment results reaffirm the value of ensuring that public service is grounded on equal opportunity. While we value length of service, it is no longer the sole basis for advancement. Equal opportunity means giving a shot even to junior staff and external applicants with stronger qualifications and readiness to serve. All our processes strictly follow the Civil Service Commission's Prime HRM Level 2 merit-based standards, leveling the playing field for all. The Human Resource Merit Promotion and Selection Board, acting as a collegiate body, carefully deliberates on each application, guided by integrity and a commitment to choose the most qualified. Those who meet CSC standards undergo a rigorous and transparent process, from examinations and assessments to behavioral event interviews and background investigation before recommendations are submitted to my office. In my 1 year in office, I have always appointed the PSB's top-ranked applicant. As we seek to improve the quality of our workforce, we are investing in providing stability for our employees. Through our promise of mass regularization, we give job security and a sense of dignity to the people who help keep the City Hall running. As of June this year, we have regularized 157 employees who served as casuals for 10 years or more. We are assessing the appointment of 44 more and hope to also regularize them within this year. Capability has to keep pace with responsibility. That is why we are also investing in upskilling our workforce. Over the past year, our Human Resources Department has introduced various training programs, including completed staff work for our middle managers and department heads, practical digital skills like Excel and Google Workspace, and cyber hygiene and data privacy fundamentals. We trained our supply officers and back members on the new procurement law, equipped our GAD coordinators through a gender mainstreaming evaluation framework, and walked every new hire through a structured onboarding program. Moreover, the city government now has its own bench of internal trainers, our learning and development champs, who underwent a 9-part certification series, which covers everything from public stewardship and ethics to public speaking, generational understanding, and the Naga City finish line targets themselves. Apart from building our own ranks, we are also reinforcing Naga's spirit of participatory governance, particularly in planning and budgeting, strengthening our commitment under the People's Budget Ordinance. We have opened consultations at the level of the Annual Investment Program, or AIPs, where priority projects are identified. For the upcoming year, 2027, our AIP is estimated at 9.245 billion, triple the amount in 2026. We are taking another step forward to translate our finish lines into concrete investments. We have invited our different sectors to participate at the very beginning of the planning process. Departments identified priorities and developed their proposed AIPs. The results are clear. Citizen-proposed and citizen-focused projects grew from 21% of our annual investment program in 2023 to roughly 80% in 2026. Building on this new progress, we are now applying the same participatory approach to our 2028 finish lines with citizen participation opened at the AIP design stage itself for 2027, allowing communities to help shape priorities and proposed investments from the beginning. Alongside our institutional reforms, we are also strengthening the city government's capacity through digitalization. Soon after we assumed office, we launched the MyNaga app with the goal of bringing city government services closer to the people. Through this innovation, we are breaking down bureaucratic silos by connecting over 50 city government offices into a single unified digital network. We launched the Naga City Mayoral Hackathon, engaging nearly 1,000 innovators nationwide to co-create solutions to the city's most pressing concerns in health, environment, and social services. We also established the Aninag Council, a formal platform where government, academe, industry, and civil society co-create solutions for our 2028 finish lines. We already fully shifted to outcomes-based planning and budgeting, and recently launched our open budget portal, so that when you look at our financial reports, you are seeing how your taxes are translated directly into service. Vision 1, economic progress that is inclusive. As we transform our systems in City Hall, we are able to strengthen our ability to pursue meaningful change across critical areas of development. But we do not want progress for progress' sake alone. We want economic progress to translate to better services for our people. Our direction is clear. We want a city where everyone can take pride in. And that starts with getting the basics right. We begin with infrastructure, the physical foundation of that progress. For our first year, I vowed to fix what is broken, finish what is unfinished, and prioritize what is most urgent. Many important facilities have been neglected and were already in a state of disrepair when we assumed office. Among them, the Jesse Robredo Coliseum, the Metro Naga Sports Complex, and the Naga City Civic Center. This year, we were able to secure funding for the repair of these 3 facilities. If we can fix and restore this, it will be a big help toward our dream of once again making Naga the MICE hub of the Bicol region. This will translate to reinvigorated tourism, more investments, and more jobs for our people. We will complete several unfinished public works projects, including the Cesar Building and the dormitory, both located at the Balatas Development Complex, and we were already able to solicit funding for them. For 2026, we were granted 100 million pesos each for both projects and have submitted requests for continued funding to finish the Cesar Building in 2027. We have likewise secured an initial funding of 250 million pesos for our flagship infrastructure project, the Naga River Esplanade. This will support the first 2 phases of the project, which will transform the easements of our waterways into 3-lined walking paths connecting downtown Naga to Peña Francia, Basilica Minore. This will promote better urban mobility and translate to improved lifestyle and health for our constituents. We have also secured 32 million pesos for the redesign of empty Villanueva Street, paired with a pilot underground cabling project, courtesy of the National Electrification Administration, to clear parts of our city of hazardous dangling wires. This is a pilot project that is designed not just to improve better mobility, but also will make Naga cleaner and greener. We also submitted a funding proposal to also redesign Peñafrancia Avenue and Magsaysay Avenue. Additionally, we are opening 3 new roads, including Concepcion Pequeña to NCGH and Matiway San Felipe to Sitio Almeda, which are both funded already. Very soon, we will open the Calawag San Felipe Bypass Road, and we have already sought funding for this in 2027. Through better infrastructure, we also hope to make Naga more attractive to visitors. Our city has always been the heart of Bicol, and this year, we officially embrace that through our new tourism and economic brand, Naga is the Heart. This is the cornerstone of our strategy to position our city not just as a pilgrimage center, but as an urban center that welcomes innovators, business leaders, and travelers from all over. Over the past year, Naga became the center of major national gatherings. We hosted the Isarog International Hot Air Balloon Festival, along with the launch of our new tourism brand, welcoming up to 13,000 participants. More than 20,000 people blazed our streets for several marathon events, including the Milo Marathon. Garo 11,000 inigabos nag-attend. Our city was the venue of several national and regional conventions for professionals, doctors, innovators, and civil servants from across the country. These events did more than fill our hotel rooms. They created a ripple of prosperity that reached our vendors, our drivers, and our service workers. Thus, as we move forward, we are investing in improving what our city can offer. For instance, we have secured a 350 million peso funding from TIEZA for the development of the Mount Isarog Forest Park. This will cover the 1.5-hectare city government property adjacent to the Mount Isarog Natural Park, as well as selected portions within the park, such as the Malabsay Falls and Nabuntulan Falls areas. The initiative aims to catalyze the development of Naga City as a premier mountain resort destination, while promoting sustainable ecotourism, enhancing visitor experiences, and conserving the area's natural and ecological assets. After the declaration of Naga as a highly urbanized city, and even before the scheduled plebiscite to affirm it, our doors have opened to a new era of increased investor interest, expanded infrastructure capacity, and more access to national development programs, positioning our city not just as the heart of Bicol, but as its next major investment frontier. Our local economy is proof of that growing confidence. In just the first 6 months of 2026, we registered 1,045 new businesses with a combined capitalization of over 1 billion pesos, and more are coming in the second half of the year. This follows a shift in our business renewal cycle. Instead of the usual January reckoning, new businesses now renew on their registration anniversary date. We understand that time is money for our entrepreneurs, which is why we fully operationalized our electronic business one-stop shop, bringing permit processing down to just 1 to 3 days. During our first year in office, we were able to secure 177.7 million pesos through various national social assistance programs. But we were very intentional about not spending them on payouts. Instead, we are channeling our resources into social investments rather than short-term ayuda. And this shift has allowed us to increase our allocations for food, medical, hospital, and burial assistance, so aid reaches those who truly need it. We want to build investments that last through education, health, livelihood, and infrastructure, help that compounds and outlasts our administration. We want to have more empowered barangays because they are our strongest partners in the delivery of the most basic services. In fact, for 2026, we doubled the amount of the Barangay Support Fund that we give to all the barangays each year. We were also able to assist them in securing funding from the Local Government Support Fund. This financial support will capacitate them in delivering the necessary services to their constituents. We have started using CBMS data to ensure that our programs are now targeted and started monitoring to make sure that our programs indeed make the lives of our people better. For example, our scholarship program is now targeting students from the most vulnerable families. Ultimately, our goal is to make sure that every Nagueño family will have at least one college graduate. In less than a year, our Metro Peso office facilitated 4,497 job placements and opened doors to over 33,879 vacancies. Its programs like SPES, NCEP, and CEFE are now more targeted, using our multi-dimensional poverty estimates to ensure that we are able to prioritize those who need help the most. In the midst of fluctuating prices due to the crisis in the Middle East, we also provided local support for the backbone of our transport sector with over 3,200 fuel vouchers to our jeepney drivers and emergency assistance to over 500 tricycle operators. Meanwhile, in keeping with our vision to bring prosperity beyond the city center, we are providing stronger support for our agricultural workers. Through the SARIG program, we shielded our farmers from the crippling interest rates of private lenders, providing over 1.5 million pesos of zero-interest loans to beneficiaries. Our farmer-driven agri-marketing project generated up to a 200% surge in income for our participants, while our agricultural training sessions now return 3 pesos and 36 centavos in community wealth for every peso invested. Because of its impact, our urban gardening program was named among the 20 national finalists for the Galing Pook Walang Gutom Award, securing a ₱1 million grant to continue nourishing Nagueño families. Vision 2, cleaner, greener, flood-resilient city. A good city is one that cares for what surrounds it. Flooding, waste, and the shrinking of green space are challenges that we need to solve together. Our commitment, a Naga that is clean, green, and ready for any disaster. To shift to more proactive solutions, we convened the first Basura Summit, bringing every sector together to build long-term strategies for waste disposal. We strengthened our operational capacity with 3 new dump trucks and 2 new compactor trucks, all acquired by private donations at no cost to the city. We have also deputized 270 barangay environmental enforcers as our eyes and ears on the ground, ensuring compliance across our barangays. Meanwhile, in partnership with Coca-Cola and TESDA, we conducted ecological waste management training for our SWMO personnel and local officials, and these efforts are paying off. With an improved waste diversion rate of 64.52% for the first half of 2026. But we recognize that this is still very far from our target diversion rate of at least 80%. And we are committed to working towards that. We are also shifting our focus towards nature-based solutions because our long-term survival depends on the health of our local ecosystem. We are implementing the expanding green canopy cover program, targeting 138 hectares of green canopy by 2028, or an increase of 30%, to protect our upland communities and watershed, improving our flood resilience and water supply. While we cannot stop the rains, nor our location at the lowest portion of the Bicol River Basin, we can prepare better for the flooding that they bring. Last year, through Executive Order Number 52, Series of 2025, we established the Task Force for the Cleanup and Clearing of Waterways and Easements in Naga City to assess and monitor our tributaries, streams, rivers, drainage systems, and major canal discharge points. I have also set up dedicated point persons at the City Engineer's Office and the City Enro to oversee all our waterways and drainages. To enforce zero tolerance for environmental harm, the City Enro conducted extensive audits across 66 sites spanning 20 kilometers. Along Sagup Creek in Concepcion, Pequeña alone, over 150 unauthorized structures and encroachments were identified and issued violation notices, while 5 major commercial developers were flagged for illegally filling over natural creeks. Furthermore, out of 742 commercial establishments audited, 253 were cited for illegally discharging wastewater directly into our drainage system. We are fortunate that Naga has been declared one of the pilot sites for Oplan Kontrabaha, a program of the national government. Under this program, several heavy equipment vital to clearing our waterways were deployed to our city through the DPWH. A massive dredging campaign using this equipment was commenced in February 2026 until the present. As of July 1, 2026, 250.51 kilometers of drainage were already cleared, and over 75,000 cubic meters of sediment were already removed from our waterways, including intensive dredging in Sagup Creek and the Bicol River. Because our collective safety must always come before individual obstructions, we have mapped 523 structures that impede water flow, issuing citations under PD 1067 to those with violations. Moving forward, we are shifting our strategy towards long-term resilience by designing and constructing detention ponds and cisterns, preventing flash floods before they even reach our streets. Meanwhile, to support our goal to ease flooding in Naga, we have already secured pledges from the national government for 13 infrastructure projects which will fix major drainage and waterways problems in the Central Business District and Concepcion, Pequeña. Alongside water and flood resilience, our regulatory measures are yielding cleaner air and quieter streets. Naga continues to sustain air quality within the good range, with 94.1% of 525 roadside tested vehicles passing emission standards. To curb nighttime noise pollution, we tested 783 motorcycles, citing 119 for open pipe mufflers, and issued closure orders to 5 establishments for repeated violations. But our efforts to keep our waterways clean should not be the work of government alone. We reiterate, it is our collective responsibility as one city. We are grateful that our barangays have joined us in this journey. They have consistently devoted their weekends to cleaning and clearing their streets, drainages, and waterways. Let us ask each and every one to uphold discipline and in maintaining our canals, drainages, and waterways. Let us not throw trash in these areas in order to keep the water flowing. Let us remember, keeping Naga clean, green, and flood resilient is everyone's job. Vision 3, walkable, orderly, secure, Naga. A city that cares for its streets is a city that cares for its people. The Naga we want, walkable, orderly, and secure, is not a distant dream. It is what we are building corner by corner, barangay by barangay. We are reclaiming our streets for our people, not just for cars. Under an executive order, we created a task force on safe, walkable, and accessible sidewalks, restoring public pathways and clearing obstructions for every pedestrian, senior citizen, and person with disability. We are reimagining our public spaces too. Carless activities along Magsaysay Avenue, Barlin Street, and General Luna Street have created pedestrian zones that invite community interaction and business growth. In partnership with our barangays, we will continue to hold more of these events as a way of giving back our streets to our people. We are recognizing that order is crucial to our progress. We created the Naga City Urban Transport and Mobility Council to centralize our approach to traffic. We understand that transport and mobility issues are very complicated, and we wanted to make sure that our decisions are always data-driven. Out of the 6.7 million peso grant for an AI planner that we secured from the Department of Economy, Planning, and Development, we have just launched the AI-driven CRMO tool for traffic planning. We have also recently secured a 21 million peso grant from the DOTR for a net service contracting scheme for 3 pilot routes, Centro San Felipe, Centro Pacol, and Centro Carolina Panikwason, about to be launched pa lang po ini. We moved also for the amendment of our truck ban ordinance to ensure smoother movement across the city. Rapid urbanization has brought new safety and security concerns to our doorstep. Data from the Philippine National Police shows that the #1 driver of the city's crime rate is vehicular incidents. We are carefully analyzing the available granular data so that we can act accordingly. This year, we equipped our public safety office with alcohol detector breath analyzers, heavy-duty wheel clamps, a speed gun, and plastic barriers. These were supplemented by donations from the MMDA, including additional breath analyzers and road signages. To keep our streets safe, especially at night, we are now more aggressive in the repair and installation of streetlights across our barangays and institutionalize stronger CCTV compliance monitoring. Ini po kulang pa. We have also reactivated the barangay-based Bantay Kataid so that we will have more partners in all of our barangays. We are taking to heart all the data on social problems affecting our youth today: drugs, teenage pregnancy, rising cases of HIV, and others. We realize that we need to make a more proactive approach if we want to reverse this trend. We are in the midst of trying to align and harmonize all the efforts of the many different government agencies, including the Naga City PNP, our own CSWD, the Children's Office, our barangays, and the different schools. We supported the passage of the Code of Parental Responsibility Ordinance, which established guidelines to uphold and enforce parental responsibilities, healthcare, education, protection from harm, guidance, in nurturing and protecting children. We also launched Oplan Disiplinaga during our charter anniversary last June, integrating traffic management, waste control, road clearing, and community discipline to keep our streets functional for everyone. We admit, though, that despite these efforts, we are falling short. There is so much that we still need to do. Part of protecting our people is advocating for more responsible pet ownership. In our first year, we increased the budget of the City Veterinary Office by 71%, from 12.7 million in 2025 to 21.7 million in 2026. We expanded the budget for population control to now include spaying, not just neutering, funded pet microchipping to establish legal ownership, and boosted the allocation for anti-rabies vaccination and education campaigns. We ramped up our efforts for pet vaccination, and we were able to achieve over 75% vaccination rate, surpassing the minimum for herd immunity, and sterilized, neutered, and spayed hundreds of cats and dogs. Under the goal of building safe and secure communities, we have strengthened disaster governance by reorganizing and expanding the Naga City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. The reform shifts the city's approach from reactive emergency response to a whole of community resilience framework, bringing the barangays, youth, urban poor, business sector, agriculture, utilities, education, and gender and development sectors into disaster planning alongside government and technical professionals. We also strengthened science-based disaster management through partnerships with the UP Resilience Institute and Ateneo de Naga University, while investing in the professional development of our disaster personnel. At the front line, the city localized resources by equipping rescue teams with airboats, marine ropes, life vests, and other essential equipment. We are applying this same level of focus and accountability to our anti-drug efforts to ensure our approach is both agile and effective. We have revitalized the Naga City Dangerous Drugs Board, making it far more responsive to modern challenges. We have streamlined our anti-drug response around 4 vital pillars: referral pathways and case management, a localized drug-free barangay framework, data and situation analysis, and balanced intervention strategies. This holistic framework ensures that we treat substance abuse not just as an enforcement issue, but as a public health priority, grounded in real-time local data. We are also strengthening accountability within City Hall by intensifying internal drug testing and enforcing strict penalties for positive cases. Moving forward, we will regularize testing while expanding community-based rehabilitation, balancing enforcement with support, providing those who test positive with a clear path toward recovery. Vision 4, healthy, educated, and housed Nagueños. The most important resource of our city are our people. This is why we continue to invest in services that prioritize their needs and well-being. In terms of healthcare, we are building the infrastructure to make inclusive healthcare a reality. In the third quarter of 2025, Naga City has finally been recognized as a universal healthcare integration site, achieving 68.8% maturity at the preparatory level. Nagre-react na si Doc Ruin. July 1 ito. Alam ko mas mataas tayo ngayon. Even with our late start, the city as of July 1, 2026 has already achieved 76.5% of the preparatory level indicators. Mas mataas na ngayong August. Outperforming many fellow LGUs in the region. We are steadily catching up in the organizational and functional levels. We finally opened the Super Healthcare in Barangay Concepcion, Pequeña in June of 2026. We were able to secure private funding for the reconstruction of the old Naga City Hospital, which will be the site of the expanded City Health Office 1. We're also able to get DOH funding for the equipment that will supplement it. We have likewise secured a pledge for the physical expansion of CHO2 and are soliciting funding for the expansion of OLI. Our goal is that by 2028, we would have 4 fully functioning primary care facilities, complete with basic diagnostic and dental services. We secured over 140 million pesos in medical equipment through strategic partnerships with the private sector. This includes a 7.4 million peso neonatal intensive care unit grant from the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints, more than 115 million pesos worth of medical equipment from Okada Foundation, and 2 brand new modern dental chairs from Angat Buhay USA. These donations will ensure that our primary healthcare facilities are able to provide the most basic diagnostic services like X-ray and laboratory tests and dental services before the year ends. Ngunyan kaya sa ospital palang igwa. Shortly before I assumed office, we were also able to secure donations through Angat Buhay from Metro Bank Foundation and IntelliCare for complete sets of DOH-mandated medical equipment to all the 27 barangay health centers. To ensure a reliable, steady supply of essential medicines at the Naga City General Hospital, we have entered into consignment agreements with 3 major pharmaceutical companies. On top of this, for all our health facilities, we are finalizing a partnership with Generica Drugstore, whose participating branches are accredited under PhilHealth's Gamot program. This guarantees that our eligible YAKAP members have direct, reliable access to the free outpatient medications they need. At the Naga City General Hospital, our hemodialysis unit has significantly expanded its capacity since opening in May 2025. From the initial 62 treatments, it grew to 499 treatments per month across 2 shifts by December 2025. In 2026, we sustained and further increased this level of service, averaging 520 treatments per month and generating 32.09 million pesos in total PhilHealth reimbursements from May 2025 to July 2026. After operational costs, the unit has generated a net income of 13.82 million, demonstrating that we can expand essential health services while strengthening the hospital's financial sustainability. Our very first mental health unit, housed at the CHO2, has been accredited already. We also launched our first community-based mental health hub, Angat Kahimati, at the 3rd floor of the Raul S. Rocco Library Building, in partnership with Angat Buhay and the Ateneo de Naga Department of Psychology. Meanwhile, this past year, our overall undernutrition prevalence among 0 to 59 months old went down from 3.43% in 2025 to 3.07% in the first semester of 2026. We cut wasting from 0.33% to 0.21%. Kaya sinasabi po kan DOH, outlier kita sa Bicol. Tahababaon ang satong wasting. Stunting remains our hardest fight. But we have seen a slight improvement in this aspect, from 1.85% down to 1.64%. Our goal is to completely eradicate wasting of 0 to 59 months by 2028. We have decided to veer away from just feeding programs and are now implementing a more holistic and comprehensive approach. Our nutrition workers are profiling each child individually, understanding not only their nutrition, but the family circumstances that surrounds them. This year, we also expanded our nutrition efforts with the help of private partners, including free dental care to undernourished mothers and children with the Philippine Dental Association, and free abdominal ultrasounds and vitamins to pregnant women through the support of Helen Keller International and the San Miguel Foundation. We have also started doing visual, auditory, and TB testing for our preschool children. Additionally, one of the first acts that we did upon assumption to office is to provide for free shuttle services from the City Hall to the Naga City General Hospital. 1 year into our operations, the shuttle service already catered to 31,062 passengers, and the number is growing. So mabalos sa SWMO, tas indaan nagsha-shuttle. Meanwhile, for education, we have transformed the Raul S. Rocco Library from a traditional reading space into an information hub, open 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. In our first year in office, it has served 57,913 clients, an improvement of over 400% for the same period the previous year. Through partnerships with Khan Academy Philippines and Versatech International, we are able to provide gadgets and access to a wealth of information and knowledge, ensuring that our students are not just learners, but globally competitive innovators. Towards our goal of closing the long-standing classroom gap in Naga, we secured 145 million pesos from DepEd for 46 new classrooms and 55 million pesos from PAGCOR for a new school building at Camarines Sur National High School. We are also a recipient of 236 more classrooms under the Public-Private Partnership for School Infrastructure Project. Private sector partners have also turned over to us an additional 4 new classrooms through Angat Buhay. Hopefully, before the end of our first term in office, we would have closed the classroom gap already. We refocused the Special Education Fund to be truly needs-based and strategic, giving DepEd Naga full leeway to align allocations directly with the priority programs in their Division Education Development Plan and school improvement plans, strictly within national joint circulars. To build on this momentum, we have intensified our close coordination with them to closely monitor the progress of our learners. These innovations are yielding very encouraging results as far as learning outcomes are concerned. In April of 2026, for the very first time, DepEd Naga received 7 out of 8 regional awards in reading and numeracy at the Regional Management Committee meeting across grades 1 to 10. Under our new policies crafted to ensure equitable and transparent allocation, every school was provided support through an 8.2 million pesos allocation for ARAL program tutors to drive targeted learning recovery across the city. We also rationalized the deployment of locally funded personnel to meet actual classroom demand and set aside 25,000 pesos per award category to directly incentivize our top-performing schools. By shifting towards a performance-responsive and learning-centered SEF, the city government and DepEd are ensuring that every single peso goes exactly where it can best support our schools, our teachers, and our learners. For our early childhood care and development, we were able to forge a continuing partnership with the Federation Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So far, they have turned over 8 ECCD classrooms that were repaired and refurbished. 6 more are being constructed as I speak, and they have pledged to do more. We also have the Bayan Ko Teacher Ko program, our continuing partnership with Angat Buhay and the different higher educational institutions in Naga for remediation programs for grade 2 student learners in pilot schools. We launched a comprehensive grassroots sports program through a sports summit that brought together national Olympians and sports leaders, with programs designed to develop young athletes across all 27 barangays. The program is expanding both participation and competitive opportunities. Our student athletes won 77 gold, 60 silver, and 58 bronze medals to once again secure the overall championship in the 2026 Palarong Bicol. These results reflect the growing opportunities for Nagueños to participate in sports, from community activities to competitive athletics. We have strengthened our support for athletes competing at the regional and national levels. For the 2026 Palarong Pambansa, we have provided 2.79 million pesos just for training and participation of the 91 athletes. For the 2026 Palarong Bicol, we invested 15.91 million to support the preparation, concentration, and participation of an 850-member delegation of athletes, coaches, chaperones, and staff. We also provided 4.42 million pesos for Naga's 180-member delegation to the 2025 Batang Pinoy. To further strengthen our sports program, we are partnering with the Philippine Sports Commission and the Philippine Football Federation to upgrade the football field at the Metro Naga Sports Complex. In addition, we have implemented the Larot Saya program in partnership with the Philippine Sports Commission with an investment of around 1 million pesos for the deployment of trainers and sports equipment. The program will run until the end of this year. And on the matter of housing, our Kaantabay sa Kauswagan program remains at the heart of our housing initiatives. This past year, we awarded 716 land titles across 8 homeowners associations. This is a 630% increase from the last distribution of 98 titles made during the Naga City Charter anniversary in 2017. As of July 1, 2026, we were already able to secure 2 community mortgage programs from SHAFC, worth over 25 million pesos for 365 families in barangays Mabolo and Sabang. Araw po kan sabi ko sa bago, dahil kabali singo niya na aga. Kung kabali ko niya na aga, 5 na yan, 800 families na. We have applied for 6 more communities, which will hopefully be approved within this year. Moving forward, we have secured 480 million pesos in issued funding for our first ever 320-unit rental housing project in Barangay Lerma. Pag may nahihiling po kamong mga ginabang harong, di po ito demolition, nagsadiri po si Nanggaba to make way for the rental housing. Sindaman girara ang occupants duman. A 300-unit modular shelter community was also constructed in a city-owned property in Barangay Pacol. This is intended as a transitory shelter for our displaced constituents who are awaiting for more permanent housing. You are also able to secure a commitment for the land development of Liberty Villages 1 and 2 in Barangay Cararayan, which will benefit 488 families. We have already received a number of proposals for social housing from private developers and Pag-ibig, and we are carefully weighing in each one of them. This includes ongoing partnerships and planning to carry an ongoing people's plan into fruition. These recent gains put us on a really strong trajectory toward addressing our huge housing backlog. We remain steadfast in this effort with the goal of once again opening opportunities for new applicants to our housing program. Vision 5, Heritage, Cultural, and Historical Preservation. Aside from stronger efforts for economic progress and better social services, we are also investing in reinforcing Naga's culture and heritage. We believe that our identity should carry us forward as one people. This year, we began efforts to become the active guardians of that identity. Under an executive order, we have officially designated an office responsible for culture, arts, and heritage. Kaya ang sepyo po maribay na ning pangalan. We obtained our certificate of compliance from the National Commission for Culture and the Arts to ensure that our standards meet the national grade. We secured 5 million pesos in funding from the Department of Trade and Industry to establish the first ever Naga Creatives Hub, a home for our artists where creativity meets opportunity. We have issued and cascaded policies on artist registration and the use of the co-creation fund so our local arts groups have the resources they need to flourish. From the Filipino-Spanish Friendship Day and the events to celebrate our local heroes to the ongoing restoration of Santon Street, we are working to protect our local landmarks. We continue to push for the official Heritage District Declaration and are updating our local cultural inventory so our past is never forgotten. This includes a 12 million peso initial funding from our budget for Barlin Street to start our effort of establishing a heritage district in the city center. Vision 6, Digital Governance, Smart City. Meanwhile, we are proud to be making a huge headway in our goal to becoming a smart city. Our digital innovations are serving their purpose thus far, bringing City Hall closer to Nagueños. Through the Advanced Naga for Innovation and Good Governance, or ANINAG Council, we are institutionalizing digital transformation as a citywide governance agenda, rather than treating it as a collection of individual technology projects. Created as the city government's central coordinating policy and advisory body for digital transformation and innovation governance, ANINAG brings together government, technology, academic, civil society, and private sector partners to guide the development and integration of digital systems, promote responsible data and AI governance, and ensure that innovation translates into better public services. This framework gives us a clear direction for the digital initiatives we are already implementing. We launched My Naga app less than 2 months after we assumed office. It has since become the largest citizen reporting platform in the Bicol region, with nearly 30,000 downloads and 27,585 active users. Through My Naga app and our web messaging platforms, we tracked over 6,000 community complaints and requests with an 84.2% resolution rate, which we are committing to improve. In the coming months, we hope to incorporate more digital services, including the reporting of disciplinaga complaints under the Citizen Ordinance. With 20 simple LGU services now integrated into the Minaga app, our local government is becoming as accessible as a touch on your phone. And with almost 100% of the local ordinances now publicly available in searchable, machine-readable formats, our legislative process remains open to every Nagueño who wants to see it. Our mayoral hackathon held last February generated nearly 200 civic innovation proposals across health, environment, and social services. At the City Treasurer's Office and our Business One-Stop Shop, we moved beyond manual complaint forms by introducing QR code-based feedback systems. The pilot of our transparency boxes earned an 88.37 satisfactory rating service experience. In the coming months, we intend to be more intentional and aggressive in digitalizing all our frontline services. At the Naga City General Hospital, we fully implemented the iHomies Plus system just this year, streamlining medical records from consultation to discharge, reducing wait times, and improving the quality of care for every patient who walks through those doors. We are actively pushing for digital innovation for public health. In partnership with Unilab Foundation and Ariadne Labs, we are doing a comprehensive health profiling of all households in Naga and capacitating our midwives and barangay health workers in using a unified digital platform in order to build stronger primary healthcare systems through better data and turn our city into a model for data-driven, community-based primary healthcare. At the newly opened Super Health Center, we entered into a memorandum of agreement with DigiHealth Specialist Incorporated, formalizing the donation and rollout of the DigiHealth automated telehealth machine, aimed at making doctor consultations and patient data management more systematic and organized for every Nagueño. We are re-engineering our Citizens Charter with 10 pilot offices already testing a new standard so that our services match what you actually need. Hara-harani na po. Halawigun. Paisog tabi. Vision 7, Center for Good Governance Development and Innovation. Transparency is not just an option for us. It should be our operational standard. By strictly implementing our new spending guidelines, we eliminated excessive expenditure and optimized our procurement. The results are measurable. Local traveling expenses down by 55%. Training expenses down by 36%. Meal expenses down by 54%. Despite the rise in fuel prices, our fuel and lubricant expenses went down by 7% after we established our fleet management system. Amidst the rise in power rates, we were able to bring down our electricity expenses by 10%. Every peso saved is a peso returned to the services you deserve. Behind these numbers is real work. Our City Legal Office and Procurement Office reviewed over 750 procurement-related documents and resolutions this year to ensure that every action this government takes can withstand scrutiny. With our IAS in place, we found significant progress in compliance, from improvements in our documentation and reporting systems to establishing stronger personal accountability and stricter adherence to internal controls on the procurement process. IAS completed 21 audit engagements since June 2025 with 16 follow-up actions, verified and risk assessments carried through to leadership action. Vision 8. Last. Efficient, agile, and citizen-focused local government. Being a center of good governance was never about awards or titles. It is what every Nagueño sees when their taxes stop being merely spent and start becoming service. Every day we work with clean hands is a day we prove that Naga can be an example of a government that truly cares for its people. And an honest government must also be a working one. A government that is efficient, agile, and citizen-focused is not a concept. It is our daily obligation to our people. Other local governments are coming to Naga to learn how we do things. In the year before we took office, there were 5 groups who visited to study our governance programs. This year, that number rose to 43, and many more are scheduled to visit. Through our continued compliance with DILG's full disclosure policy, we remain a standard other LGUs look to, not because we say so, but because they have seen it for themselves. This is our call to action. Over the past year, it has been made clear to us that the eyes of the nation are on us, not for the sake of scrutiny, but for something far deeper. Our light shines as a beacon of hope. But along with this, it is on our shoulders to show the rest of the country what is possible. That has always been our charge as the birthplace of good governance, as the people who declared that we carry these burdens and successes together. But I refuse to sugarcoat where we are. There is still a long road ahead of us. Our progress will not be achieved overnight. And the work that we have done over the past year is simply the first stage of the groundwork that is required for the Naga we are hoping for. The city government cannot achieve any of these goals alone. From then until now, our message is clear. Naga's progress is something we must work hard for, and we must do it as one people. For us in the city government, our people can rest assured. We will continue to strive. We will always work hard, and we will always serve with heart and integrity. Let us never waste the opportunity that was given to us to lead our beloved city. We are only getting started. Let us show them how it is done. Diyos mabalos, mabuhay po kamagabos.
Thank you, City Mayor Attorney Lenny Robredo. The session is suspended.
magsukol kang progresibong syudad. Mga haralangkaw na edibisyo, marambong na negosyo, o masararon pa. Sa Naga, ang sukulanta, disiplina. Digdi nakagamot ang totoong progreso. Pugnan ta na sana sa simpleng pagparada sa mga designadong lugar, sa paggamit ng pedestrian lanes, pagrespeto sa speed limits, pagsunod sa vending hours. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa dalan. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bako dahil sa takot sa penalidad, kundi dahil inikultura. Sa disiplinaga sa kapalibutan, liwatang pagtarabangan na malinigan ang satong kapalibutan. Sa pag-apon sa tamang bugtakan, pag-segregate, pagbayanihan sa paglinig kan mga kanal, o sa simpleng paglinig kan sa tuyang mga tungod. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bako sa ng responsibilidad, inigawi ning pagmakulog, sa pagdaraid, sa inaagihan. Itong makakatulog kita gabos ning tunino. Tamayo na ning nagbibidyoke ning lampas alas 10 ning pagni. Tamayo na itong nagmumotor na maribok ang tambutsyo. Asin mayo na ning nag-iirinuman sa luwas kan araw. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa komunidad. Ang disiplinaga bako sa nang programa. Ini sa tong kultura. Ini sa tong panuga. Asin nagpupun ini sa tuya gabos. Ang progreso bakong dipisil kun may disiplinaga.
Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga, Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga.